Welcome back. Now it's that time of the year again when school students move into the next big phase of their lives, that's in colleges. But with the array of specialized courses and professional degrees on offer, these young adults are bogged down to making that perfect pick for the road ahead into shaping their future. Although the curtains have come down on the admissions for the year, the mad scramble for a seat is still on. For some, it's taking that refreshingly new course, but for the others, they'd rather play it safe with the good old options. Manasa Vasudevan sniffs out the trend among Chennai's youngsthan. This or that college? Sarah had a tough choice ahead. Should she go with her parents' trends or listen to her parents and opt for traditional courses guaranteeing a secure job?
I had a choice between BCom and BBA, but BBA is more practical and BCom is like more theoretical, and I'm not too good with accounts, so I chose BBA.
I'm doing BBA as well, and I don't know why I chose it. I was just really confused, so I chose BBA.
Students say unconventional courses like food science management and fashion designing are also hugely popular.
I want to do fashion designing because people nowadays, they think doctor, ninjas, everything, they think that everything is that, and so yeah, I think fashion designing is growing these days, and India is becoming more fashion conscious these days, so yeah, I think fashion designing it is. Yeah.
What's more, BA Literature's popularity has revived again, much to everyone's delight.
English literature now offers them a better job opportunity for them, because like lot of PPOs are there. They need to know English. And then when they go to a company or anywhere else, they like people who can speak in English. Because earlier, anybody who studied some particular course, they can do MA in English. And they can go and teach in a school. Now they say, in order to teach English in a school, the undergraduate degree should be in English.
I think literature has, like before, it was looked at as the subject where you take if you don't get the marks or you don't get any other course, but literature is something which I'm genuinely interested in, and like I've gone through the prospectus and stuff and everything. It's drama and what's another stuff?
Drama, prose, painting.
And yeah, and we're actually interpreting paintings and stuff, which actually looks quite interesting, and I've always been interested in English, so that's why I picked literature.
And I'd be doing literature as well. I'm probably going to be her classmate, and I think it would help me get into courses like public relations and human resources and stuff, so yeah.
Educationists say now it's time pure science too had a revival.
I also want to appeal to the science students who are very bright. Let them come to the science and to do something uniqueness in research and find something for the people.
Clearly, it's a nerve-wracking time for parents and students alike as they gear up for the rat race. In Chennai with Mansa, Evelyn Matthew for NDTV Hindu. Well, we spoke to Dr. A. Kalanidhi, former Vice-Chancellor with the Anna University, about these admission matters and the most sought-after courses these days, and how campus recruitments have to keep up pace with the relatively new courses entering the fray. There are so many courses by itself on offer. There is the demand and supply as well that is sometimes a huge challenge. The fact that jobs have to be ensured for these students as they pass out. Do you not think then that campus recruitment is also an aspect that students keenly watch out for when they opt for some of these new courses? Is that in place today actually?
You see, the job market is there, hence these courses have been designed and these courses have been introduced. The second thing is, now you are all aware that the television and the media has spread out so highly and then it has advanced technologically, and we need to have trained manpower, and therefore the people who are passing through these courses, they have bright chances.
Right, so just to raise a point that we had brought up in our story, do you believe it's true that science-related courses these days are not really the first option, not even an option many a times, recording lesser takers over the past few years? Do you believe that is true? And if it is, why so?
This is a cyclic phenomenon. For some time, you find that the students choose engineering and engineering and engineering. And once it gets saturated and many students don't get a job, immediately you find that the students rush to BSc Chemistry, BCom and so on. So therefore, there is a shift that takes place every 10 years, 12 years and things like that. So this is not a fixed idea. And here again, there is no long range vision why they choose this and why they don't choose that.
In some other news, Kollywood actor Vijay has extended his thanks to Amma today for the resolution passed at the Assembly against Sri Lanka. The actor has said that the resolution to slap economic sanctions on Sri Lanka for its war crimes has brought a huge relief for Sri Lankan Tamils who've been living as refugees within the country and all over the world. He also added that his prayers would continue for a situation when the Tamils in the island nation be treated as equal citizens. In some news from across the nation, a senior investigative journalist working with Midday was shot dead in broad daylight by unidentified persons in Mumbai. The victim, Jyotirmoy De, was rushed to the Hiranandi hospital where he was declared brought dead. The incident occurred in the suburban Povai area of the city. According to the police, 4 motorcycle-borne men fired at Mr. De this afternoon, and the shooters had then escaped from the spot. Mr. De wrote extensively about fugitive Don Dawood Ibrahim, Chota Rajan and others. He was reportedly working on a series on Dawood when he was killed today. Moving on, amid concerns about his health, Baba Ramdev is continuing his fast for the 8th day today. Spiritual guru Sri Sri Ravi Shankar arrived in Dehradun to meet Ramdev and has been trying to convince him to end his fast. But Ramdev insisted that he will carry on with his fast. However, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar said he is sure Ramdev will listen to him. He also indicated that he is ready to mediate between the government and Ramdev if needed. Meanwhile, the BJP slammed the Congress over the crackdown on Ramdev, asking why Sonia and Rahul Gandhi were so sympathetic towards the situation in Bhattaparsol, but turned a blind eye to Ramdev's condition and what happened at the Lamlila grounds.
और राहुल गांधी अभी जो भट्टापरसूल यूपी में जो हमला हुआ था किसानों पर जाके धरने पर बैठे श्रीमान राहुल गांधी गलत हुआ है, अन्याय हुआ है और उनकी नाक के नीचे उनकी सरकार ने बच्चों को पीटा, महिलाओं को पीटा, साधुओं को पीटा और सोनिया गांधी खामोश है और राहुल गांधी खामोश है. The BJP strongly believes that Dr. Manmohan Singh government will not take any credible and effective steps in curbing black money or bringing back the foreign bank accounts, which is the profit of crime and corruption, because the face of its own people will be exposed.
Shifting to news from Chhattisgarh, Maoists have struck again, as a result of which 3 CRPF Jawans have been killed and 3 others injured in an ambush attack in Dantewada. Maoists also managed to loot some weapons, including at least 3 AK-47 rifles. The CRPF was in the process of shifting out of a school building and setting up an alternate camp facility when the extremists struck. There's been tension in the Govindpur village in Orissa's Jagat Singhpur district, where nearly 2,000 children, women and elderly people are face to face with the police and officials who've been trying to acquire forest land for the proposed POSCO steel project. Land acquisition teams are moving stealthily to outskirts of Govindpur to demolish beetle vine farms. The human barricade by local people has been declared unlawful, but police are keeping a safe distance from the protesters.
Children joining in the protests against land acquisition for the $12 billion POSCO project. They lay on the hot sand for hours, desperate to stop the police from entering their village, Govindpur. The angry children and their parents say this is the last option they have to counter the might of the state government that seems determined to acquire land.
आमो बर्धवाड़ी नहीं जीवो एवं आमो बापा मांकर जीविका चली जीवो आमे माने पाठ पढी परिबनु तेनु करी आमे एठी आंदोलन करिया पई आसु पिला माने मरिए पिला माने केमिति बंचिबे जगह तो नहीं जाउथने आ पिला कोन से बागिया मरथांदे बागिया मरिए.
The district administration, which wanted to force its way into Govindpur with the help of more than 200 policemen, found the human barricade a little too hot to handle. But they insist the locals have no legal or ethical rights to prevent their entry.
गवर्नमेंट के जो अधिकारी हैं, जो लोग यहाँ पर लैंड एक्विजिशन, फॉरेस्ट लैंड एक्विजिशन का जो काम करेंगे, ऐसे लोगों की एंट्री इन्होंने बंद कर रखी है। ये हम मानते हैं कि ये गैर कानूनी है और ये अनैतिक भी है और ये अलोकतांत्रिक है। इसलिए ये हम इसमें जो हमारी लॉफुल ड्यूटी है वो कर रहे हैं।
Despite the heat and humid conditions and several threats by the police to use force, the children and women refuse to budge. For the last 6 years, people in Dhinkia Panchayat have been demanding relocation of the project. They say it will deprive them of their major source of income from the beetle vines, spread across nearly 3,000 acres of forest land.
It's a do or die battle for the people in Govindpur and Dhinkia. They say that this is the last ditch effort to protect their land from being grabbed by corporate interests.
In Govindpur, with Sabyasachi Panigrahi, Sampad Mahapatra for NDTV.
Up ahead on the bulletin, Ilayya Thalapathy Vijay's flying visit to China has more than a festival to look out for. Never know if a special rain man will take a liking for our very own Arabiya Tamil mother.